Hello, it's Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener. We're going to look at some outdoor kitchen ideas. We're going to look at 7 different outdoor kitchens that all have one specific thing in common. They all have a poured-in-place concrete countertop. So we're going to look at how those kitchens were built and how they actually did that concrete countertop. All right, first one here, we actually had an existing patio that rather than jackhammer the patio, we curved the kitchen to match it. Now, the way most of these outdoor kitchens are built they are constructed out of these things called CMU blocks. These are 8 by 8 by 16 or sometimes 6 by 6 by 16 blocks that make a really sturdy wall. But with all of these, you have to do a concrete poured footing for them, and then you put the rebar up to support. The rebar is really important, as you're going to see later on in this video, for supporting the concrete countertop. So you have to anchor that rebar all the way down into that footing. Anyway, the guys are curving this, and because it's curving, there's a whole lot of cuts to make these special little curves through here. And then it's really important when you start building this that you already have your appliances, so you know exactly how wide to make those openings. Now, the way you do these concrete forms is you do these little cuts in the 2x4s to kind of get it to curve, and that forms the basis of the forms that eventually you'll be pouring the concrete mix into. So you have the 2x4s to kind of form it, and then you do these softer ones to kind of give a nice form for the outer edge. Now this one is a poured in place concrete with a color mixed into it, and there you see the little color. This one, because it was just the one concrete countertop, they decided to just do a hand mix of about 4 wheelbarrows, and they used that little powder to give it the nice color that it is. So once that's done, you got to mix it all together, and then you pour it into the top that has the rebar. Now notice how the rebar goes all the way overhanging where the CMU block part is. This is really important because if you don't put that rebar all the way out and support it with the vertical rebar, notice how it's tied to the vertical rebar, then it's going to just crack off and that whole top is going to crack. So it's really, really, really important that you have all that rebar supporting that top, especially if you have one like this where it's cantilevered over. All right, you've done all that work, you're pouring the concrete in, now it's time to float it and get it really, really smooth and look just fabulous. Here's what the finished product of this particular one looks like after it has dried and we've pulled the forms out. It's a beautiful tan finish, really gorgeous. Notice the overhang. We actually did this particular one at about 38 inches. It was custom made for those chairs. She actually had those chairs already from a previous barbecue counter, wanted to use them again to make this one really work, and it turned out great. Here's a couple of different ones. This is a more traditional L shape. It still has a raised counter for the bar stools. So when you're doing these raised counters, the counterpart's about 42 inches. The kitchen counter, what I call the outdoor kitchen counter, is about 36 inches high. And usually you do those split level unless you have the custom bar stools as you saw in the first one. Now we have a second one, much more elaborate. This is a big U-shaped counter with all kinds of electrical running through it. Now it's important when you do these kitchen designs, you have to realize that almost every single kitchen is going to need electrical run to it, either for the refrigerator or for the electric starter. It depends on what kind of grill you're going to have. And the reason that's important is you're going to see in just a minute, not all grills are natural gas grills. You can actually get a charcoal grill dropped in, which is what we did here, but we still needed the electricity for the refrigerator that was going into the counter. Okay, again, you must have the appliances before you get to this point so you know how big all your cutouts are going to be for the appliances. This one is a big concrete pour, so they actually did it in the trunk. They pumped it all the way from the alley into this backyard area to get this concrete. This one, I believe, is called San Diego Buff. It's a color concrete by Davis, and it's going to turn out just great. So here they have all these guys. Now notice in the back raised counter, again, that's the overhang part. That has the rebar that overhangs and supports that overhang. It's really important to have that rebar going through not only the regular concrete, but doubly important when you're overhanging a counter that doesn't have any support under underneath it. So again, we have a 36-inch high counter for the concrete kitchen area, and then the bar counter gets its own little raised one. That one's about 12 inches wide, in case you're wondering. That's what I usually do for these kind of counters. I like doing them 12 inches because that's just enough for a small plate and a beer. Okay, the concrete has dried. We've pulled the forms away. Now it's time to do all the rest of the work. Now, and also notice that they did not do the stucco. You never do the stucco before you do the concrete. Anyway, here's the finished product. They decided to go with a dark color on the stucco to match the posts of the shade structure. Here's that overhang. It looks great. And there's the bar stools. Again, a 42-inch high overhang. The concrete's great. They actually did a little bit of polishing on the concrete too, and that gives it this wonderful little texture. I love the texture. And then another thing that's important with concrete countertops, you have to seal those concrete countertops because you're going to spill stuff. And you have to reapply that sealant at probably every 2 years because it is a kitchen. You are going to spill stuff. You're cooking. There's grease. There's wine. There's beer. So make sure you understand if you're doing a concrete, you have to seal it. Here's a closer look on the inside of all the kitchen with all the different appliances, with the drawers. We also installed a little light switch for the overhead lights in the shade structure. This one turned out just great. Here's a close-up of some of the other appliances that we used in this particular kitchen. That's the charcoal grill. Notice there's no knobs on it. And then over here we have a side burner, which is gas-powered for doing side dishes. We have the sink, which has the little ice trays. And then finally the trash cans, as well as drawers for utilities and that kind of stuff. So a very complete outdoor kitchen. Really turned out great. I was really happy with how this went. I even liked the little shelf for the ice tongs there by the sink. And again, there's the refrigerator down below. Also had the little outlets for plugging in those mixer glasses for when you're making margaritas. So this thing is ready to host some parties. And like I said, concrete's great when you're dealing with not just L-shaped ones, but you're doing with some curving ones. Here's another nice example of a barbecue that has kind of a curving angle to it. This one we actually integrated it with a fireplace. So here we have the same concrete countertop, same San Diego buff top. We did a stone facade on it. Instead of the stucco finish, because we were also going to do the pillar wraps, as you can see in the side of that photo, in the same finishing materials, kind of tie it all in. And then finally that fireplace, if we're going to run gas to it, might as well make it a really cool outdoor entertaining area. So I was really happy with how this turned out. Even has the little seating areas, people sitting around. There's another shot of the concrete countertop. Looks just great. This one's a little smaller, but same thing. Stucco finish, concrete top, Davis color, gray. That one's medium gray. It was turned out great. And here's another example of a concrete with a darker color. And so there you have 7 different outdoor kitchen ideas, all with concrete countertops as the common theme through all that. Well, that's all we have for now. Don't forget to hit that like, hype, and subscribe, and leave a comment as well. Just definitely do the hype thing that's new on YouTube this year, where they're asking folks to do some hypes. It's like a super like, so it's really helpful for the channel. By the way, there are links in the comment section for a lot of the grill accessories that you saw today. So definitely check out some of those links. There's even links now on these YouTube products that you see down at the bottom of your screen if you want to look at some of those products as well. Well, that's all for now. Good luck with your landscape project. This is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, saying thanks for watching.